The Prius plug-in was launched early this year, and besides the odd couple of people who saw the car at the launch, we were one of the lucky few people to take the car out the same week it arrived at the dealership, and managed to upload the first full reviews in both Polish and in English. So in contrast to the plug-in, today we will present to you the so-called normal Prius of the 4th generation. The 4th generation Prius is so different from most cars we know, it's striking to look at and impossible not to recognise it on the road. The Prius is what it is, and like we said in the last video of the plug-in, you will either love it or you'll hate it. Hello from Auto Start Tests and welcome to our presentations of the Toyota Prius. Looking at the front of the Prius, your attention is drawn to the two huge headlamps. And just underneath them are the daytime running lights and also the fog lights, which are surrounded by a thick layer of chromium, which really emphasises the character of the car. Without looking at the badge, you would probably guess that the car is Japanese from the unique styling of the bonnet and the distinctive bumper it has. The side of the Prius is equally as sharp, and somehow they've made it seem like the back rims are smaller than the ones at the front. The rear of the car is a completely different story though. The lights start at the top end of the spoiler and finishes at the lower part of the tailgate. There is also the characteristic broken rear window, which can help the average Joe park. While the Prius plug-in's exterior is completely different from the Prius, the interior of both cars seem to be exactly the same, especially in the front. The same materials have been used to finish the door, and the cockpit is the same too. And just to remind everyone, this is the soft part, and this is the hard part. The door sills and the top of the dash also flex under your finger. As you close the front doors, it forms one solid unit with the dash, which I like rather a lot. In the centre, we have the touchscreen part of the multimedia system. If you click on the link above, you can watch the full presentation, including the sat-nav and the onboard trip computer. In a nutshell, it works pretty much the same as the plug-in version. However, the one difference is that we have a CD player in this one. Below, you can see the air conditioning panel, along with the gear changing joystick, driving mode button, parking brake, and hidden away the button for the heated seats. Even further down, we come to the well-known wireless induction charger, followed by two cup holders and the AUX, USB and 12-volt sockets. Our official test bottle fits in the cup holders perfectly, and now onto the armrest storage. The storage space is exactly the same as the one in the plug-in. Surprisingly, our official test water bottle doesn't fit in the armrest the same as the other model. But that just could be because I have a different bottle this time.
And it's quite deep, managing to hide a 500 ml bottle of water upright.
But not to worry, it does fit when it's lying down. The seats are very comfortable and have a good range of head and seat adjustment, even for a fussy tall bloke like me. The glove box in front of the passenger is of an average size. And above we have the automatic light that switches on when we open the sun visor. The central part of the headliner houses the interior light and storage for your sunglasses. Both at the front and back we have handles that double up as a bit of a decoration for the roof. Now let's have a look at the visibility. As we have come to expect from the Prius, we have amazing visibility through the windscreen, and to my surprise, the A-pillars do not affect the visibility when parking. The wing mirrors are very large and easy to see out of. and the C-pillars don't affect the visibility out to the sides. But none of that really matters anyway because of the huge split rear window that makes it easy to park, and on the reversing camera, the auxiliary lines on the screen respond to the movement of the steering wheel, which really does help a lot. Now, in the back of the Prius, we have a couch for 3 passengers, whereas in the Prius plug-in, we only had space for 2 passengers either side of the permanently mounted armrests. In this one, the manufacturer has fitted a pull-down armrest with 2 cup holders and a very comfortable leather on top. Maybe it's just me, but I don't think the steering wheel comes as well equipped as the one in the plug-in. But besides that, the head and legroom seem to be perfectly adequate, and with the comfortable armrest it makes for a really comfy driving position. There really is no reason to complain. It has the right amount of space around your legs, and even though I'm nearly 2 meters tall, I don't even touch the roof. And as I mentioned earlier, we have an armrest with 2 cup holders. Maybe if I was in the middle of the back seat, however, it would be a bit different. The middle tunnel at the back is 5 to 9 centimeters tall. The width across the rear seats is roughly 130 centimeters, 127 centimeters to be exact. Let's take a look at the boot. The boot capacity is 502 litres, which means that the boot is a lot larger than the equivalent plug-in by 150 litres. And when you fold the back seats down, the space obviously increases, but I can't tell you by how much because Toyota don't have that on their website. And like the plug-in, the back doesn't go completely flat. This is because of the dual battery in the boot floor. We can take the boot cover off in one swift movement, and you can also use the guides to pull the blind out, but it is a little bit tricky to keep level once it's out. There are 2 hooks in the boot that have a maximum capacity of 4 kilograms each, alongside the standard light provided. In addition to those, we have 4 built-in handles, so you can tie something important down if you want to. The boot is 35 inches deep. The height of the blind is 15.5 inches. The width of the boot at its widest point is 54.5 inches across. Under the bonnet is Toyota's 4th generation hybrid engine, consisting of a 1.8 litre petrol engine and a 4-cylinder VVTi Atkinson cycle, and 2 electric motors just to top it off. The first engine has 23 kilowatts and 40 newton meters. The second engine comes equipped with 53 kilowatts and 163 newton meters. It is probably worth adding that there is a new planetary gearbox in this model. Despite the wave of criticism, the new Prius has taken on the market by storm, and more people are seeing this car on our roads, especially in the UK. The Prius saves you money, and it is very comfortable to drive, so I can only imagine that the people who don't like this car are the people who just don't like moving with the times. And despite the size of the car, it is very light, and I had no problem at all parking it or driving it down narrow streets. So if you're looking for a car that is reliable, economical and stands out from the crowd, then look no further, because this car is well equipped as standard for the price, and it's becoming a more notable car, with its own very special place in automotive history. Let us know what you think of the Toyota Prius. Feel free to share your opinion in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, take care of your four wheels, goodbye.